What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Today we are going to be reacting to celebrities' scariest ghost stories.
Let's get started. Olivia Rodrigo.
I heard you were looking to buy a house.
I love old houses, but I'm terrified of ghosts, so it doesn't really go well together.
You want to go on a freaking ghost hunt?
Every time I walk into a house, the first thing that I ask the realtor is, did the last owner die in this house? One of the houses I went to the other day was so creepy. I walked in and our mutual friend actually was with me. We were looking around and her phone just goes, "Take care," and then turns off. And I was like, no, I'm not staying in this house.
Take care?
Take care? How does that even happen? Like a Siri thing or whatever? Dude, that used to happen to us all the time. Remember when we first started ghost hunting?
Someone's calling a phone.
Hello? There's nobody there.
Wait, actually?
What's with all the phone calls?
It's always a phone call and there's no one there.
All right, Olivia Rodrigo. I know you're scared of ghosts, but if you want to come out to a ghost hunt and face your fears, hit us up. We're gonna be tier listing all of these stories on best to worst. So, Olivia Rodrigo, what do you think?
Maybe a B or C.
I can think a C.
A C.
A good old C.
I'm waiting for somebody to say they're gonna levitate.
That's definitely gonna happen towards the end. Please stick around. Kesha! Whoa!
Why does she look like George Washington?
Oh! Absolutely just cut her a new one.
You can't tell me from the side. Kesha, I know you watch all of these. I'm so sorry.
She's gonna turn off post notifications because of that.
I have to ask you, have you slept with a ghost?
I did go to the Bone Zone with a ghost.
She ghost?
Do you want details?
Yes! Ghost of who? Was it a ghost of a famous person? Was it like...
I don't know his name, but he was in my house.
You don't know his name?
Well, he's a ghost, and so he just started caressing me like this.
Oh.
This story's getting better.
Wait, aren't those incubus or succubi?
Yeah.
The sex demons.
Kesha sounds like she's into some horny ghost stuff.
That's crazy. I feel like if I was caressed by a ghost, I would not be into it.
Has that ever happened? Sex with a demon. I have not heard too many stories like that.
Me neither.
But if I got sexually aroused, touched by a ghost, I would definitely say that was the craziest ghost experience of my life. I would say that's pretty up there, at least an A. Joe Jonas.
I lived in a haunted house with a few roommates back in the day, and right before us, Natalie Portman owned the home, and they quickly moved out, so I assumed it must be a pool issue. Instead, things like police showing up at the door saying there was a phone call from inside the house saying help, help, help.
What?
From the landline. We knew of one landline that was in a closet, oddly. So we go in to check. Sure enough, there is the phone unplugged from the wall, from the landline.
No.
Just creepy things like that.
Oh, that's so creepy.
After we moved out, Olivia Wilde moved in. She bought the house, and I guess they moved out pretty quick too.
Wow.
Oh my God, 3 celebrities moved out of this house really quick because of haunted encounters.
That's insane.
So they got a call from a landline that was unplugged.
In the closet.
That is pretty intense.
And it wasn't like a, hey, how you doing type call. It was like a, help me, help me, help me. Mr. Joe Jonas, what you think?
It wasn't super descriptive, but it's not even just his story, but the fact that 3 people in a row moved out, it does mean stuff was consistently happening. Yes. I would give that a B.
A B?
A B.
Okay.
Joey King! You should have Joey King on.
Do you think you'd be down?
How do you explain that all of a sudden during the filming of the movie, mysterious bruises show up on you?
So in the story when the mom gets possessed, she gets all these bruises on her.
Have you heard about this? That everyone on the Conjuring set had weird problems that were happening to them?
Yes!
During the filming of those particular scenes, I started having a lot of bruises show up on my body. I went to the doctor, I got a couple blood tests. All of a sudden, I'm told that I have this blood thinning condition where basically most of my red platelets drained from my body mysteriously. I'd never had a blood problem in the past. And then when I came home, my platelets were completely fine. I was back up to the normal numbers. And I've never since had a trace of that disorder.
Wow.
That is intense. And what's crazy about that is it's not even like they were going to a haunted house. They were filming on a set. So it's just talking about these things actually affected her health. What would you give that?
Well, you gotta think about it like this. She was 12. I believe her story, of course, but there is a possibility that she could have just rolled off the bed.
You think she just every night just slammed herself? Maybe there was some alternative excuses for these bruises. If so, it's still crazy though. I would say a B.
I would say a B as well.
All right, we're waiting for that levitation.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Madame Blue. She wasn't that happy. She didn't seem like she was gonna be that much fun to hang around or have in my house.
I just love the way Matthew McConaughey tells the story.
Everything about it.
I just love everything about it. All right.
And he did. did Interstellar, which was one of my favorite movies.
Favorite movies.
Yeah.
For weeks, I mean, everyone that came over to the house said the same things. There's someone down in that hall. There's someone down in that hall. I would not tell them. So I went ahead and stood my ground, opened the door and said, you move around all you want, but I'm not going anywhere. And all of a sudden she was just like, okay. And she got cool and everything was fine and everyone quit hearing things and then people fell in love with that room. But for a while, no one liked the room and all of a sudden people loved that room.
Wow. Okay. I mean, the fact that he has not just his story, but like many people came over to his house, saw the same thing is pretty convincing. Reoccurring ghost sightings in your house?
That's probably a B. He didn't really seem too bothered by it.
And she was just like, okay. And she got cool.
Okay, it's not maybe scary, maybe a C.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was a ghost trying to haunt someone, I would also haunt Matthew McConaughey.
I want to do it without being a ghost.
That's called stalking.
That's illegal. My bad.
Geronimo del Toro.
Hi, I'm Guillermo del Toro.
What happened?
I heard a murder in a room in a hotel in New Zealand. It was a haunted hotel. Often when I travel, I stay in haunted hotels. I like that. But in New Zealand, I asked specifically for that room, and I heard a murder.
Was this a phantom murder, or he actually heard a murder?
Phantom.
Okay, good.
In the middle of the room with nobody there. I was watching The Wire. I was not like in a seance with candles, and all of a sudden, I hear this murder in the middle of the night, and we were the only people in the hotel.
Whoa! Like, what do you think that murder sounded like? Like, let's say I'm just like in my hotel room investigating a nice hotel.
I mean, if somebody was getting murdered, it would probably be like, oh my God, help me!
Something like that, for sure, actually. Yeah, that's probably spot on.
Wouldn't that be just like really scary, just randomly here?
Yes, dude. Imagine we were ghost hunting. We heard what you just did.
Oh my God!
Like, we would like be running out of that hotel for sure.
Yes!
That's scarier than anything we've ever seen.
Dude, that is an A. That's crazy.
Up there with getting touched sexually by a demon.
I wonder if he ever went back to that hotel in New Zealand.
Just to feel something again. I don't want this life to be dull, numb, mindless. I want to be terrified. Anyway, so, that was an A. Big boy B. Cox.
It was years ago, 100 years ago, when I was a young actor. I was in Edinburgh at the Royal IC working there, and I had a bed sitting room, and there was this long dresser in front of me, and there was a chair right next to the dresser. I went to bed one night, and I was just trying to go to sleep, and suddenly there was this rocking sound, and the chair started to rock, and it started to rock across the room in front of my bed.
Across the room?
And then it stopped there. You know, I got myself right under the covers because I thought, shit, this is fucking awful. And then I woke up in the morning.
How do you just sleep after that?
The chair was still here, and the floor was covered in these scratch marks.
Whoa! That's insane. Scratch marks, so you know it wasn't like him dreaming.
It just makes it scarier.
And like a rocking chair too. I feel like rocking chairs are the scariest thing ever.
No, definitely. Dude, that's an S.
I think that might be an S.
Wow!
Oh my God, big boy B. Cox. Okay, we're looking at our list real quick. Do you think though that was the scariest?
I also would want to say the murder would be terrifying.
I think the murder deserves S tier as well.
I just don't think I'd be able to sleep if either of those things happened to me.
I don't know how they're doing that right after.
That's what she said.
Guys, comment down below which one you think is the scariest, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.